My beautiful wife, Anna Justice, did a call on here. Can everybody hear me okay? Did I get a thumbs up? Okay, perfect. My wife did a call last week, and it was on stepping into obstacles. Okay, so what she talked about were the types of obstacles. So we defined, some of the different types of obstacles that you can face. And she talked about how stepping towards those things, not away from them, is actually key to us moving forward and achieving the things that we want to achieve. Now, I'm going to take it a step further today, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk, and I want to actually bring some other people on too. So we're going to do a couple different things, but I'm going to ask for your interaction on here when we first get started. Okay, first of all, we should all do this anyway in the morning, is picture your why. Like right now, get connected on a heart level with your why. Why are you on this call right now? What are you doing this business for? What motivates you in life to get forward? What is your deepest motivation and deepest desire? If you don't have one, you need to work with a coach and get one, because I promise you, it's pretty hard to go through obstacles if you're not anchored in something. And so I want just take a second, everybody take a second, go to that deep place and really get connected with your why. Okay, that's step one. Okay, so we're connected with our whys. Step two is I want to picture us right now, where we're at right now. So every single person on this call, wherever you're at, whatever you've been through up until this very moment, I want to picture us standing at a crossroads. Okay, we're standing at a crossroads and we have two ways to go. 1 and 2. So we have one way that looks beautiful. Looks like my yard right now. It's the way looks clear. There's no storms. It's beautiful outside. There's no hardships. There's nothing blocking the route. And then there's another way. Okay, we'll call that first one Route 1. And then there's another way. It's Route 2. And this place doesn't look so inviting. This road looks hard. There's things blocking the path. There's challenges. We can look down that road and we can see setbacks. We can see hardships. We can see failures. And here's my question to you. That's road 2. Here's my question to you. And leave this in the comments below. Let's see some engagement here. This is the one time I'm going to ask everyone to do something. Is where is your why hidden? Is it down road 1 or is it down road 2? So I want to hear your feedback, and we're gonna plan the call from here. Okay, so where is your why? Is your why at the end of road 1, the easy road, or is it at the end of road 2 with the challenges? Okay, lots of 2s here. Very far in 2. I'm reading lots of 2s. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys for the engagement. I appreciate you playing full out. Awesome. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we're getting lots of 2s. 1 and 2s, they alternate for me. Perfect. Yeah, that's awesome. 2. Awesome, guys. Perfect. Okay, thank you guys for paying attention. Awesome. So I heard the overwhelming majority of people, they took the bait and they said 2. Okay, and I'm so happy, because if you said 1, I don't know what I would do, and maybe we should just end the call and walk down the easy road. But that's not what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about number 2, the second road, right? Because you guys hit it bang on. Because there's a myth out there, and this is my point 1. I'm going to cover 2 points, and then I'm going to bring a couple other people on this call. We're going to talk a little bit about this. Is the first point is there's a myth of the easy road. There is a myth that, why do you think lottery tickets are so prevalent? Why do you think people buy lottery tickets every single day? Is because people are looking for the easy way to get rich. They're looking for a way with not a lot of resistance to make millions of dollars, right? And there's a quote. Does anyone remember that character Elf? Like that series Elf? My dad had a shirt growing up. I remember this shirt, and it said, "Hard work may not kill you, but why take a chance?" Right? And so we have this myth that things are supposed to go easy. that life is supposed to be easy, that we're going to step into something. And we see this in the business, don't we? If you're a coach, you see this a lot. People expect it to be easier than it is. They walk into it and they fly, and if they catch some momentum early on, then great. But then inevitably, a challenge comes up. Inevitably, you face something, a disappointment. Somebody quits. Somebody has to run to the bathroom and doesn't want ketones anymore. And you're all of a sudden in this place where you have to overcome these obstacles to get what you want. But wait a second, that's not what I signed up for. I signed up for this easy thing where I could just, put a post on Facebook and then sit on a beach for the rest of my life and cash checks, right? There's a very pivotal book in my life called The Growth Mindset. Has anybody ever read that book, The Growth Mindset? Yeah, and it's an amazing book. I'm glad I see some hands go up there. That's awesome. It's an amazing book because it basically destroys this myth, because we all have, I think, some level of this. And if you listen to our language, you can see how deeply ingrained this is that somehow the people that are very successful, in whether it be in this particular book, it talks about sports, business, academics, that they somehow have something that we don't. They have somehow this innate ability to take on math problems or become, great in business or become these amazing athletes. And the reality is, and this book goes quite extensively into it, is that it's the people that have a certain kind of a mindset that overcomes obstacles, that doesn't mind failing because they see the value in it. They find value in failing. And there's all of these characteristics that make up someone with a growth mindset, and those are the people that are actually the high achievers. It is not the people with the best innate talent that are the best. And this picks up on something that I actually learned from Charles Poliquin, who I was mentored under as a trainer. So I spent a lot of time with this guy, and that's how I actually got into the ketone conversation. He is known as the best strength coach in the world, and he told all of us at his advanced program design course that it is not the athletes that come to him with the best innate ability to want to become the best in the world. It is the athletes with the growth mindset, the ones that come in that are willing to learn, that know how to walk every single day into the gym and work hard. What's up?
This is awesome. Your headset, I think, is creating a lot of cackle.
Okay, hold on.
How's that?
So much better. Awesome.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Okay, so we're ready. See what I'm saying about obstacles? We had to overcome one here. Okay, we did it. We did it together. Okay, awesome. But what I was saying is, Charles Poliquin said the most gifted athletes aren't the best ones. It is the people that come in that are willing to work, that appreciate the grind, the struggle, right? And those are the people that actually excel. So there's a myth, right? There's a myth that the easy way is the best way. And the other part to that myth is that somehow the people that are succeeding have something that we don't. That's the two parts of the myth. I want to just highlight a very personal story about my marriage, because at the beginning, I'm a veteran of combat, Afghanistan, spent a couple years there of my life. And how this story started for Anna and myself, we have 3 beautiful little boys. We live in Nova Scotia. We're very blessed. I mean, I get up in the morning, I make them pancakes. We got a really good family. We love each other. There's a ton of love in our house. Not perfect, but we love each other. We got a lot of good things going on, but it didn't start that way. It didn't start that way. When we first got married, I went overseas, and I basically came back. Well, not basically, I came back a completely broken and different person. And I basically abused alcohol and everything else I could get my hands on to escape some of the feelings that I was feeling. And it basically was destroying my life and my marriage. And my wife was, basically at a crossroads. And there was 2 ways, right? there was two ways she could have went. There was an easy way that looked, you know, because guess what? When you're in a big mess in life, it takes a while for you to unravel that mess sometimes. And there was an easy way where she could have walked, you know, away from everything that we were building. She was pregnant. She had a new baby. Maybe she just wanted to walk away and not, you know, help and be a part of this recovery process that I had to go through. And then there was a way that was going to be full of obstacles, because a lot of people just look at the end state. They look at, hey, look, things are good. You guys look happy, but it didn't start that way. There was two ways that she could have went at that point, and she chose the path of most resistance, not least resistance, right? And there was things that we had to overcome. It was a process of years. It was a process of years that we had to overcome what we had to overcome as a couple, and it made us stronger than ever. But I want to tell you something, as inviting as that easy road looks, it comes at a price. And that price is the death of your heart. Everything that you want to achieve in this life, whether it be in business, whether it be in relationships, whether it be in love, life, it's going to require some hard things of you. It's going to require you to dig deep within yourself and pull out the greatness that's inside you. And you're never going to know what's inside of you unless you face the obstacles that are down that difficult road. Now, I know we're all standing at one place today, right? Where we've been down many roads before. We've chosen easy paths before. We've been beat up. And here we are standing together on a Zoom call today, hoping to get a little bit of value that's going to take us somewhere today. And that's what I love about these moments, is every single moment. You know, Ryan Halliday, he wrote a book called The Obstacle is the Way. Anybody ever read that book? Everybody, that's going to lead into my next point. But he had a quote that says like this: we forget in life that it doesn't matter what happens to you or where you come from. It only matters what you do with where you came from. Right? So we are here right now. We're a bunch of people that made a bunch of mistakes, but it doesn't matter. All that matters is where we go from here. Okay? And I want to let you guys know something, that, and this is my next point, the obstacle is the way. If you haven't read that book, you need to get on that book, because it highlights different people in business and life and success stories. But I want you to know something here, and here's where the myth of the easy path goes even further, is that when you're facing resistance, it's actually a clue that you're going the right way. It's actually a clue that you're going the right way, not the wrong way. The path is not easy. Heartbreaks, setbacks, disappointments. I want to let you guys know something. I'm a combat veteran. I talked to you about something, and you know, some of the things that I have faced in combat are unimaginable. You know, human tragedy, loss of life, all of these things, lives cut short. But paradoxically, in those moments, I have seen the greatness of humanity at the same time. I have seen people lay down their lives for their friends. I have seen selfless acts of humanity in the midst of darkness. When there's darkness, that's where light shines the brightest. It's not where there's other lights around. It's when it's dark and you need to see some light, that people somehow dig deep inside them and find the greatness inside themselves, right? So the obstacle is the way. The resistance is your power. Step through it. Step through it. Anybody break that arrow? Anybody break that arrow? Anybody forget that mantra? I didn't. The resistance is our power. The resistance is showing us the way. It's not telling us to turn back. If you turn back, you lose your heart. We don't want to lose our heart. We want to go forward. We want to pull the greatness out of us, right? And we can't do it alone. We can't do it alone. Here's another thing. The path is not a short one. The path is not a short one. This is countercultural. This is counterculture. What do I mean by that? Is we are all looking for the quick and easy way. We talked about this in the beginning. We're looking for the fast story. We want the overnight success. We want everything microwaved, instant, chopped up for us, fast food. Why do you think all these things are popular? Why do you think all these things are popular? We don't have the patience. We don't have the patience. We lack patience. And the concept of mastery, I lived with the Taekwondo national champion. He was an amazing fighter. He was in kickboxing and all this stuff. And I used to spar with him back and forth. And I was a black belt in Taekwondo, fresh, moved out when I was 18 years old to move in with this guy and fight, do some fighting. And so I would spar with this guy. But here's what I was amazed at with how this guy sparred. He didn't spar like you would expect a champion to spar like. He was very methodical, smooth, kept it basic. And that's the concept of mastery. It's doing the same thing over and over again in the grind, in the work, all the time. It's not the most talented people. It's the people that are willing to just methodically put in. Anybody read the concept of mastery? I know I'm just spouting off books here, but these books are amazing. Everyone read that mastery book that BU always talks about? How like success is like this, and then up, and then like this, and then a little up, and then like this. That's how it is. I've ran one endurance race in my entire life, and I'll never do it again because, as Robin Young knows, he took me up a mountain one time, and I nearly went into cardiac arrest. And I did one endurance race one time, but here's what I learned on the endurance race. It was one of these crazy mountain man things in the military. You had to wear a backpack, carry a canoe, carry sandbags. No idea how I made it. No idea why I did it. But I was running up this hill. Actually, I was walking up a hill, and because I couldn't run up the hill because I was just exhausted. And a guy passed me and quite smugly looked at me and said, "Hey, dig deep. You know, it's not over yet," or something like that. He started basically calling me down on this race, and I was just like, "What a jerk." That's what I thought. What a jerk. And I'm like, well, I'll never see him again because he's past me, right? And so I just kept moving. All I could think about was just moving one foot in front of the other and keeping a consistent pace. And lo and behold, about 10 kilometers down the road, because this was like a 50-kilometer down the race, who did I pass? The same guy that was pointing his finger at me and telling me that I need to dig deep and pass me on the hill. But the problem is, consistency caught up to him. Consistency over the long haul will catch a lot of people, and that is not an overnight story. I could have sprinted and got exhausted, but this is why, you know, Brian, Abigail, and everybody always talks about consistency is the key, because this is a marathon. This isn't a sprint. I'm going to get off on a little tangent here, so I want to keep going. The path, the last point on this one, the path is freaking worth it. The path is worth it. The path of most resistance, the path where the obstacle is worth it. And that's what where I want to stop with this. And I want to pull on two people that I have seen overcome obstacles, who are building an amazing community, who are amazing leaders. And I have seen them face obstacle and obstacle and obstacle and keep going, keep consistent, keep in the work, keep a mindset, right? We have our moments, we all do, but these two people have taught myself and Anna a lot, and they continue, and it's honestly just an honor, and I don't want to get into it because I'm going to cry here or something like that, but Robin and Sarah just hit rank 7 today, and I want to talk to them. I asked them before if they could give 1 or 2 obstacles that they've had to step into and the lessons they've learned along the way. So Sarah and Robin.
Hello,
hi guys.
everybody.
Morning.
See, we're so good at a team that we say hello at the same time.
That's awesome. So what would be a couple things that you guys have stepped through? Because first of all, congratulations on hitting rank 7. I think everybody knows you and loves you here in this community. So what are some of the things, like, has it been easy, first of all? And then what are some of the things that you guys have done and overcome obstacle-wise?
Well, I'll always say that my biggest obstacle in life is always the same and will always be the same, and that's me. Simple as that. I came from, I have a whole lineage of unsuccessful people with a very similar mindset, and it was ingrained in me And I lived very emotionally unsuccessfully my whole entire life. And I remember a few years ago, I heard a quote that life is simple, but not easy. And I didn't understand that whatsoever. Didn't get it. And then I think it was about 6 months ago where I really fully understood life is simple, but just not easy. The end result's all the same, but it's how we all get there. We have to work with ourselves and move forward, and everything is truly on the other side of fear. Everything. You always know what you know, and if you want to know something different, you have to do something different. And I started this journey the first couple weeks of last January, like 2017, and I knew I wanted to make a shift for myself first and foremost in my life, because the direction that I personally was heading was not aiding in a beautiful life and respecting the opportunity that I have with my beautiful girlfriend and our kids and our home, and the opportunity that was there. I was not offering my full self into that. And spring came around and I had the opportunity to go to Dallas. No, I was charged in Salt Lake City. And I had to ask my boss for the time off to be able to go and do that, because I had already been to a couple Prove It events. And I got sick and tired of having to ask somebody to live my life. It really got to me. I had hit a moment there where I knew I needed to really start burning some ships. And I'm very fortunate that the woman that I'm with really supported that shift, because we didn't know what that would mean. Immediately would financially shift our situation. So we talked about it and I did it. And I remember sitting in Salt Lake City in a hotel room by myself, panicking, knowing, like, relieved that I didn't have another job to go to, but panicking at the same time that I wouldn't be able to pay my bills, because the problems that were arising personally in my life were all problems that I didn't want to have. So again, it comes down to me. My biggest obstacle in my life, my whole entire life, is me and mindset. It's the constant pull to go back to a mindset that is genetically ingrained in my body. And every single time that comes up, I have to be constantly aware that it is easy to get that pull constantly. And mindset it's really simple, actually. Like, simple but not easy is this. We start out with an opinion on something. An opinion that grows and grows becomes a belief. And then a belief that grows becomes a mindset. And I had a mindset of poverty and lack that was bothering me so bad, to the point I remember one day driving to work, thinking to myself, I'm driving to work to pay for the car that was driving me to work. And it felt like I was a snake swallowing my own tail. And no matter what I did, the problem was I was trying to consciously think my way out of it. And that was never going to fix the situation. And there was a lot of stuff I've had to work on. Read a lot of books. It didn't matter. None of that mattered. What mattered was that I stood up to fear every single day. And I decided to take a different path every single day that I woke up. And I'm really fortunate that entirely, if I look back at my life 2 years ago, I cannot recognize who that individual was compared to who I am. And I feel like I've received an incredible miracle to have become the person that I've always wanted to be. So I am my biggest obstacle.
Awesome. Yeah, we love you, Robin. That's amazing. Awesome. Sarah.
Well, first of all, thank you everyone, and especially Nate and Anna for your support. Like, this whole team. I saw you, Rachel. I saw you, Tira, over there. And I know I saw that. I mean, honestly, feel like we have the best team in every way, in all angles and ups and downs and sideways. And even if we've never met you, like, you're here and you're in the Prove It community and the vibe is there. So thank you, everyone. It's really, and like, Obstacles, like I started network marketing 20 years ago, and I read an article. I had a toddler, and I read an article in the Vancouver Sun, and it was a picture of a mom with a toddler on her lap sitting at her computer, and says, stay home mom makes $1 million a day or something, right? It was big. Stay home mom with her baby, my same baby's age, earns massive income. And I read the article, and I remember that moment like it was 1 second ago. Something dropped in me and said, if she can do it, I can do it, which was an unusual thought for me, because I'd spent my whole life and still battled with that obstacle, that I am not smart, right? That I'm not smart enough, that you can do it and you can do it and you can do it. And it must mean that you're smarter, better, prettier, faster, richer than I am. And so that's how you got there. And so I remember thinking, whoa, that's an unusual thought for me, that I had a good thought. If she can do it, I can do it. And that was a long, long time ago. So this right now is the most success in 20 years I've ever had in network marketing, if you want to talk about ranks and income. And so 20 years and multiple companies and obstacles galore, from personal obstacles of divorce and 2 divorces and illnesses and autoimmune diseases and troubles, to what Robin said, my own mind, including when I would start to have some success. If there wasn't an actual obstacle that was illness or something major, house burning down, my brain would shift to create an obstacle so that I could be right. Because I kind of like to be right, don't I?
She's really good at it.
I love to be right. You want to make me happy, just say you're right. You were right. That's even better. You were right, which indicates that I said it before you did.
You can't tell her she's always right because she knows you're lying.
Oh yeah, I'm not stupid.
But she's always right in the moment. But
don't
not
say
in the
I'm
long
always
term.
right, because I'll be really angry, because that's not possible. Hey, I know when I'm wrong. So I would find an obstacle, and you hear that labeled as fear of success, right? And so that for me is a real thing. It's part of that obstacle path that Nate talked about, that where those will hide, right? I'm a determined person. If I set my mind on something, I'm determined, and I'm determined to take people with me who want to be there. So I really have never been, I want to do this by myself, which is why network marketing was always so attractive to me. I didn't graduate from high school, you guys, right? I don't have a college or university degree. And so I always felt alone in those settings. I love community, and I love helping others, and I have my entire life since I was born. So bringing people along, but I would plow through certain obstacles, financial and anything. But the ones that really got me were the ones that were hidden, the ones that, even when people would say to me, well, you created that obstacle, right? You're afraid. When are you going to get over your fear of success? And those were really hard things to hear, because I didn't have a grip on them, and they would fall. I wouldn't even understand what that meant. But the pattern over 20 years showed me that I did, that anytime I achieved some success, right? And it happened again here. I just want to share with you all, we hit rank 6 in 28 days. And so it was all the oh, you're going to be ranked 7 in probably 2 months, right? And I put that on myself, and it kind of looked like it was going that way. 14 months later, and I had to, this last 14 months, say to myself more than Robin even knows, this is not the time to quit. Because I noticed my pattern is I'd come into a company with a bang, I'd get some awards, top recruiter, I'd rank advanced as the next rock star, whoa. And then something would happen, real or imagined, and I would leave, right? And good reasons. If I told you the stories, he'd say, yeah, you had to leave. Yeah, you had to leave. Yeah, that was a good choice. And I have to say, I'm glad I'm here. So I'm glad how it led me to this place. But I had to spend this last 14 months, and Nate knows this really, really well, right? and Robin and Nate know this more than anybody, that I had to not be hard on myself for not looking like the success I thought I should look like, and that I had to break that pattern. And this morning for me feels more than anything than a number or an income increase. And dang, I'm excited about the rank 7 bonus pools. Just going to say, I'm in the pool. I'm excited. And I love kudos. I love high fives. I love public acknowledgement. I really do love that spotlight thing. Like, unlike Robin, who's much more humble than I am, I love all that. But for me this morning, it took several hours, and I realized I feel like I've broken a cycle of an obstacle.
Exactly.
I really do. I have goosebumps, and I can tell I'm in a bit of like shock. There've been like, I just feel like several years ago in another company, Rachel and I were there together. I remember thinking, I'm not going to be 50 and be successful. This better not, I was like 47, 48. This better not take till 50. Well, I'm 51. And it takes what it takes. It takes what it takes. And if I did anything right that I feel that I would give my own self credit for, it is not giving up and always being willing to hear the truth. I know that I'm coachable. I know it, especially when this guy, my partner, can coach me, right? 9 times out of 10, I take it, boom, like that. And I didn't used to. So I never gave up, and I always am coachable. And if that's something you can take away from this, it can help. I love you all, and I'm so grateful. Abigail, you've become a friend, started out as an idol. Truly, Abigail's messaged me. And now you're a girlfriend, and you've been such a great supporter and a fan, and truly thank you. It's just so great. I'm so happy. I can feel tears.
I think we're also excited because 7 was getting in the way of 8.
Absolutely.
And we said that this morning, and I do believe that when you hit a rank of any rank is not the time to sit back. Actually, it's the time to put the pedal to the metal. I learned that long ago. The first time I heard someone say it to me, I thought, that's disgusting. That's so rah, but yeah, I bet she doesn't want me to put the pedal to the metal. So it's the truth, because guess what? I know next obstacle, right? Next blind spot obstacle, green and growing or brown and rotting. And green and growing can be painful, right? It's not always comfortable. I'm celebrating that I feel, and both of us, that I've broken like a family chain, a family block. And I'm going to enjoy that and move on to the next
and that's why
obstacle.
It's like I mentioned before, like what Sarah said was so important, because we have opinions in our life, and people offer us suggestions. We build opinions on those. Just like you're going to hit an obstacle in life, no matter whatever that obstacle is for you. But you do need to create new beliefs that become concrete. And you have to small wins. It's those small wins that are going to achieve those big end results. It's the long-term results versus the short-term gains. And it's really, really important. People don't spend the time to congratulate and have excitement about those short-term gains, because we're always thinking 10 steps ahead of where we should be, instead of acknowledging and honoring where we are today. And if you can honor where you are today, put your head down on your pillow every single night and say, you know what? I just crushed it today. You're going to create new beliefs within your life, and you will dramatically shift your being.
Proof.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you guys very much for sharing. We love you guys, and we know that you're just getting started, honestly, and look forward to the adventures ahead and the obstacles, so we can do it together. Awesome. So thank you guys for staying on. I know we went a little bit over, but everybody stayed on, and I hope you guys got some value out of today. And I heard there's something coming down the pipeline, so keep your eyes on your Pulse app. And we'll see what's cooking. Everybody have a good day, great week. Be blessed. God bless. We'll see you guys.